Oh, what's up, demons and demonettes? And today we're talking about the Plague Creeper. But before we get into it, as always, I'll toss a like and subscribe down below. Here we are, creeping in the sewers. So first off, we'll show you where he is located at. Right, so he's down here in the sewers. Right, so you just kind of go to the Stormy Strait here. And then you would just access the sewers. You would come on down. You should have opened this all up during the storyline. And he is down here. Alrighty. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about the boss, and then we'll talk about some comments. So alrighty. This is kind of his big thing. This isn't the mud bomb things isn't too much to worry about. He doesn't do a lot of damage, so we can just kind of skip over. He just does damage through his ult. That the big thing is the split, right? Gradually splits into smaller plague roots or rots over time. When they're all defeated, he emerges back, right? So he splits and splits. So he splits a few times. So I'll show you that during the fight. And then plague rots that split from the plague creeper can use various skills, blah blah blah. It's the damage, the boss damage isn't too crazy on this one. So with one support, you should be able to survive the entire fight. So pretty much, we'll go into some comps. So everyone's just pretty much running Mikola, obviously, because she's the #1 support for bossing in Dream Realm. So she's really strong here. She does a really good job of keeping everybody alive. So you really don't need like a Smokey or a Coco here. She's good enough to keep everybody up. We're running a Rainer to debuff the boss, Friesto and Taylene. Now I did try out Burial with a little bit of a success, but it was a little disappointing. I will point out that the damage numbers don't seem to coincide, right? So I have a 5, 7, 8, 9 here, but for whatever reason it's only showing 5, 6, 6 here. I don't know why that is. So it's like your numbers are a little wonky. So according to that, I put in a ticket, but we'll see. I should be technically #2. I mean, you're gonna see a couple things here. It's gonna be, you have to hit the sweet spot for the reso levels, because there's a sweet spot. I don't know where it is. Then you're gonna have to factor in charms and RNG. So as you can see, I was testing out Burial first, and then I tested swapping him, which didn't really leave me a lot of chances to run for what is the kind of the combo here. So it's definitely going to be the Celestials and Hypogeans. This one's pretty much seeing the most use and the highest parses. This got me my best parse. Obviously not the best RNG in the world on this fight. Again, we have to min-max maybe a little bit better. I'm thinking maybe we do it right after reset. We do a 540, 540, 531, 531, 531, something like that. So we have the 2 meta slots with everybody being lower, just to kind of like, it weirds out the boss. I don't know. That's what I did on Beetle. I had that sweet spot with kind of like 2 meta slots, and then like the rest kind of low or mid, and it was kind of like that sweet spot that gave me that high parse. So that's the weird part. That's really tricky about figuring out. We also have to consider in charm luck on here, because again, we're running all elite charms. Now if we had, say, Taylene's epic charm set, Rainier's epic charm set, and Lily May's epic charm set, that would be huge here. Again, because then you're looking at, she does a 7% debuff on the boss, and it bumps up to 10. Taylene's ult damage goes from a plus 30% to plus 40%, and then I forget what Rainer's does. It's probably just a bigger attack boost, right? So I think it maybe goes up to like 25%. So that's what we're looking at. So let's take a look at the formation. Obviously, you can see we're running the Celestial Hypogeans, and we're running a Resonator, right? So I got it built up. Resonator was a little low when on this run. It was only 17. I pushed it up to 19. I didn't get a chance to rerun. 17 should be fine for the Celestial Hypogean. You just want to unlock the double tile. So my recommendation for there, right here, I was just trying to min-max, but you want to grab everything here, because then that'll allow you, because you need to spend the points. Then you want to, so you can unlock everything here, right? And you just want to unlock the left side. We don't really need the extra, the stun. That doesn't do anything on this boss. And you're not going to need the extra defense on this boss. So, you can kind of skip over that and just go here. I just grabbed this because I'm trying to min-max the slots to try to get to tier 3. I'm not sure when we'll open that up. Alright, so let's go back to the boss. And let's go more into detail about the comp. That is currently what looks to be number 1. Now, this could change again when Sinbad drops, so we'll have to see what happens there. And if we get any new comps, I'll just kind of try to put something out like I did with all the other boss guides. But, here we go. So we got, here's the comp. Obviously, Lily's doing the most damage here. Right, so this is kind of what we're looking at. We're looking at Nicola here. Tayleen's obviously getting the damage buff from Muner. Then Lily's here. She gets the reso. I don't think the reso buff is really gonna matter too much who gets the resonator, because again, you have her ulting. Doesn't really matter. And Mikola's always continuously energy at plus 25. It's more, you're doing it more for the stats and the bonus stats that you get from resonator. Just because they're really good. So we got that. It could be better. Resonator and Tired Caller are kind of interchangeable here, I would say. It's just that Resonator seems to work a little bit better. And so yeah, we're getting, obviously, that Celestial Hypogean one. We're giving the true damage buff to Mikola. It's just kind of like they just need to be alive on the battlefield type thing. And then it hits the largest group of enemies. So there's nothing really special here. And this is just like a magic one. It's just extra damage pretty much. So that's all we're really getting out of those. Real is on Lily, right? Because obviously she's going to benefit more from the energy regen. So here we'll go. We'll see it in fight, and we'll just kind of cover it, right? So what ideally you want to have is you do enough damage quickly to the Plague Creeper to have him split. It usually just takes a little while, right? So there we get our first split, and then you have the ads. So then Tayleen pops off, we burn through the ads, right? And then the ads split, so then you do more damage to the ads, and then eventually he's going to kind of like reform. And you notice you continually get damage off of the boss here when you're killing the ads. So then he reforms. Right, so then you don't have to worry because Rainers are going to re-debuff them, so it's all good. So they just keep going here. So right, as you can see, Mikola is more than enough to keep the group alive throughout whatever damage the boss does. Again, it's not a heavy boss damage fight. You don't need like a great support, you know, like heavy heal support. You don't need like a Smokey. You don't need like a Haywin. You can get by with just Mikola all by her lonesome. Alright, so you see this time he's splitting even more ads. Then he's going to reform. Get re-debuffed, and then you're just rocking. Of course now, I would say that Arcane Spell would be huge on this boss. I just think the problem is that we're not going to have it in time because we got about 3 weeks, and there's no way this Primal Lord's living 3 weeks. Usually they die about day 10. So I would expect to kill him day 10. Now tomorrow, or I should say this coming reset, we will get to test Sinbad out. We'll try to get a bigger parse with that sweet spot with running the Celestial Hypogean ones. And then see how that goes. But yeah, that's the squad. Now, I've seen people do up to like 7. Again, it's gonna depend on your charms. I wouldn't worry too much about with limited runs, about trying to get number 1. Day 1, I mean, on Beetle, it took a while. I didn't get number 1 until maybe day like 4 or 5. I hit that sweet spot. Then the way the scaling works is my damage dropped back down. And then it slowly kind of crept back up. And then I kind of always just maintained 1 because I hit it at that sweet spot. And that's really what you got to find. But again, if we have any updated comps, I'll always drop a new video for any updated comps. And if you have any comments or questions, toss them down below, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!